Modes of inheritance, 7th and 8th grade science. The first type of inheritance is complete dominance. This is when at least one dominant allele is present, the dominant trait will be present. The dominant allele is signified by a capital letter. The genotype can be homozygous, where the alleles are the same, for example, capital A, or heterozygous, where the alleles are different, capital A and lowercase a. In both cases, there is at least one dominant allele present. A recessive allele is signified by a lowercase letter. The genotype must be homozygous to be present. So two lowercase a's or two lowercase a alleles must be present in order for the recessive trait to be present. For example, in these poinsettia plants, the first poinsettia plant has two capital A alleles. Therefore, the dominant trait, capital A allele, that is dominant for the color red, will make the plant red. The second plant has one of each of the alleles. It is heterozygous. It has a capital A and a lowercase a. The heterozygous genotype has at least one capital A, one capital dominant trait. Therefore, the capital A dominant red trait will be present. And then in the last plant, you have two lowercase a's. There is no dominant allele present. Only two recessive alleles are present. Therefore, the white phenotype, physical trait, will be exhibited, resulting in the white poinsettia plant. In the case of codominance, neither allele is going to be dominant over the other. When both alleles are present, both phenotypes for physical traits will be present. So for homozygous genotypes, they will only present that phenotype. But for heterozygous genotypes, both phenotypes will be present together. For example, a red cow will have two R alleles, R for red. White cows will have two W alleles for white trait. And then if a cow has one of each, one red allele and one white allele, in codominance, both alleles and phenotypes will be present, so the cow is red and white. In incomplete dominance, neither allele is dominant over the other, but when together, a mixture of the two is produced. So for homozygous genotypes, they will present that phenotype, that physical trait. But in the case of a heterozygous genotype, you will be presented with a mixture of both traits in a completely new form. So in this example of snapdragons, there are R alleles and W alleles. R for red, W for white. But when they combine RW, you get pink. So the white would be the white would be WW, the red would be RR, and the pink would be RW. Sex-linked traits are traits that genes are only located on the X chromosome. Males have the genotype XY and females have the genotype XX. So males will only get one of the alleles, females will get two of the alleles. So in the case of fruit flies, XE is red dominant trait and white eyes, X lowercase e, are recessive. So a male with an X capital EY will have red eyes. A male with X lowercase EY will have white eyes. Females could have, for red eyes, could have X capital E, or X capital E, X lowercase e. Again, this is a case of complete dominance on a sex-linked trait. Now, a female with X lowercase e will exhibit the recessive trait, white eyes. but sex-linked traits can also be codominant or incomplete dominant as well.